Hey everyone, it's Jen with Timeline Tarot. This is your sneak peek for 2026. Each of the zodiac signs will have their own video. I've set the intentions to be for Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus placements. So I do encourage you to view all 4 of them. If you're not sure what your placements are, in the description box is a link where you can obtain your free birth chart. I will be doing more in-depth quarterly readings for members of the Time Travelers program. And if you don't know what that is or you'd like to become a member, you can also find more information about that in the description box. Remember, these are general collective readings, not individualized nor personalized to you. Messages may come through today that don't fully resonate, and if that happens, it's okay. It just means that one message is meant for someone else. So take what fits, how it fits, leave what doesn't, and be sure to check out your other placements. With all of that said, let's begin. Hello Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus placements. Let's take a look now at your overall energy or the overall theme here for the Capricorn collective for 2026. For Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus placements. Feeling energized in your reading. Okay, what is the overall theme here for the year for the Capricorn collective? One more shuffle. Thank you. Message in a bottle, card number 15. And at the bottom of the deck, we have Clean It Up, card number 21. Okay. How about love and romance? The theme now for love and romance for the Capricorn collective for 2026. Okay, we have blame. I accept responsibility for my well-being. And at the bottom of the deck, we have acceptance. I'm learning to accept the things that I cannot change. And career and finance. Tell me about career and finance here for the Capricorn collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus for 2026. One more shuffle here. Thank you. We have face, money, skills, investor, taking risks, face value. For career, we're looking at self-made, fame, exposure, your reputation. At the bottom of the deck, we have eggs, starting over, saving up, resources, creating a nest egg for yourself. Career influences here could be healthcare, new opportunities, as well as insurance. Okay, let's get into tarot now for the Capricorn collective. Some of you could be creating a secondary source of income here, or maybe your partner is and it is affecting you. Okay, tell me more about this here for the Capricorn collective for 2026. We are clarifying message in a bottle, card number 15. Clean it up, card number 21. Blame. I accept responsibility for my well-being. And acceptance. I'm learning to accept the things that I cannot change. Face. Money, skills, investor, taking risks, face value. Self-made, fame, exposure, reputation, an egg, starting over, saving up, resources, creating a nest egg, healthcare, new opportunities, and insurance. Let's get one more shuffle. Thank you. We have the Page of Pentacles. Well, there's your message. The Seven of Wands, the Emperor, the High Priestess, the World card, and the Ace of Wands. Bottom of the deck, Three of Cups, Queen of Swords, and the Tower. What? The Moon, the King of Swords, and the Two of Cups. Hierophant, King of Cups here at the bottom of the deck. Okay, so I feel like the Capricorn collective intuitively knows that there's a new opportunity headed their way in 2026. And if you're feeling that in your gut, you're not wrong. Tell me about the new opportunity. And because this is part of the theme, this will change a part of your life. But we're going in a good direction here with that Three of Cups, the Queen of Swords, and the Tower. So whether it's a new job opportunity, a new love interest, your current relationship going to a higher level of commitment, an opportunity here to make some more money or change your job. Tell me about this new opportunity here in 2026. One more shuffle. Thank you. We have the Knight of Wands. We have the Five of Cups. And we have the Four of Cups, bottom of the deck, Two of Pentacles. I feel like this is happening when you don't see it coming. I don't mean to laugh at you. But in the Five of Cups card, it's like we're focused here on something that didn't work, situation, environment, or connection. Four of Cups, again, we're looking at something in the past. Here's this Ace of Cups, right? This new opportunity headed your way. I don't think you see it coming. Even the Knight of Wands is looking back. So it's like you're reflecting on something or you're focused on something else. This message, this opportunity comes at a moment in your life in 2026 when you're not expecting it. It's like surprise, or you thought it was never coming. Okay, tell me more about the High Priestess energy. Tell me more about the High Priestess energy. I mean, I could be speaking to a Capricorn where you are in a partnership and your person is proposing to you this year. And again, it's something you don't see coming, or maybe you've been a bit down because it's like they're not doing it. Like, this is the year they're doing it. This is big. Tell me about the High Priestess. One more shuffle. Thank you. Or you're focused at work, right? And it's a job that you're not particularly happy with. A new job opportunity comes in. It's almost like you weren't looking for it. So maybe for some of you, you're being referred by a friend or someone who knows you to someone else who has a company and they're providing you with a job opportunity. It could be a new love interest where you are mourning or grieving the loss of a love partner, and you're trying to come to acceptance that the relationship is over, and then suddenly you have a new love interest here. But this is new. This is new, and it's when you don't see it coming. Tell me about the High Priestess. One more shuffle. Thank you. The Nine of Wands. Again, looking down, wounded, weary, dealing with life. Again, either not seeing this coming because you're processing the ending of something else, or this was an opportunity you thought like it would never come. Like, my job's never going to give me that promotion. It's like, boom, just when you were about to give up on it, they come in. This person is never going to ask me out. Boom. Yes, they do. This person is never going to ask me to marry them or take the relationship to a higher level of commitment. Boom. Yes, they do. We have the Eight of Cups and we have the King of Swords. Bottom of the deck, Queen of Cups. I think you have someone moving towards you here, providing you with an opportunity. I'm speaking to a group of you where, again, you're either processing the loss of something and a new opportunity comes in that you weren't expecting, or this is an opportunity that you felt it was never going to come your way. I'm never going to get the loan. They're never going to ask me out. They're never going to ask me to marry them. They're never going to, give me the promotion, or I applied for that company, but I haven't heard from them in a while. I don't think they're going to hear, I don't think that they're going to offer me the job or even ask me out on the interview. This is something like someone is making this decision to provide you with this offer or opportunity. So your overall theme here is that there's a part of your life that's about to change for the better, because there's an opportunity that comes in that right now at the time of this reading, you don't see coming. You might kind of feel it in your gut, but you can't really pinpoint where, who, you know what I mean? The what, why, all of that. Clarity is going to come to you in that King of Swords energy. Let's try to get timing. And not every card in tarot is timing, so if I have to grab a timing deck there, I will. Can I get timing? When does this opportunity come in for the Capricorn collective? One more shuffle. Thank you. Six of Wands. Well, that's really quick because for me, wands are days. So we're talking about 6 days. And that might not be it for all of you, right? Because this is an annual read. But I will also take that as 10 of Pentacles to the 6 of Wands. It's something that you feel happy about. And again, it's something that is long-term beneficial to you, either emotionally or financially. Justice, it's balance, it's right. This is the right time for this offer to come into your life. Can I have timing for the Capricorn collective? When do they receive this offer or opportunity? Offer or opportunity. In the near future. Okay, maybe for some of you it is, okay, I have in the near future and I have this week. And that 6 of Wands is 6 days. So maybe this is coming up a lot quicker. Again, conversation, offer, opportunity this week. And we have December. So maybe it's something that you've been working on since December, like you've been applying to jobs. And like this is the month and again, you weren't expecting it because you applied 8 weeks ago and now they're providing it to you. You caught someone's eye. You went on a date or two. The relationship fizzled out. You didn't think it was going anywhere. Now this person comes in and they're asking you out on a date or asking you out on a second date. Maybe you discussed long-term commitment with your partner back in December and you never revisited the conversation. You're a little down and out. You think it's not coming. And now suddenly this person is going to discuss long-term future planning with you. Okay, let's leave that right there. We'll get back into it if we need it. I want to know about your love and romance. We have the Seven of Wands and we have the World card. Acceptance and blame. This is the overall theme for love and romance for you this year. Tell me about that Seven of Wands, whether you're single or partnered. We have the Hierophant, we have the Two of Cups, and we have the Three of Pentacles. I think you have someone asking you to marry them this year, or renew vows for those of you who are married. Tell me more about the World card. One more shuffle here. Thank you. The Five of Pentacles, the Queen of Pentacles, and the Hanged Man. Bottom of that King of Pentacles. This is a beautiful love reading. If you're currently in a partnership, regardless of what has transpired, and I'm not talking about toxicities like Three of Swords, Five of Swords, Seven of Swords, 8, 9, 10 of Swords. That's not what we're seeing here. We're seeing a connection that is going along well. The two of you get along well. They could be another earth sign. They could be a Taurus. We have Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn here. I also have Pisces, and in the World card, I have the 4 fixed signs: Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, and Aquarius. So those seem to be very prevalent energies on the table, but again, it's a collective general reading. But if you have had anything where you feel the connection is just moving a little bit slower than you would like, I feel like this is the year you don't see it. You do not see this coming. That this connection is evolving, it's strengthening, it's growing, and there's a higher level of commitment here that is taking place. King to the Queen of Pentacles, Three of Wands. I mean, again, that feeling is like, I've been waiting a long time for this. I've been waiting a long time to move in with this person, or talk about the future, or get married to them, or if you are together, renew your vows with them. If you're single as a Pringle, or you anticipate being single as a Pringle in 2026, you have a new love partner here. Blame. Why is blame here? Why is blame here? One more shuffle. Thank you. Blame. The Star, the Nine of Pentacles, and the Seven of Pentacles. Bottom of the deck, Seven of Swords. It's possible for some of you, not for all of you, that you have done something in the past, something you said, or the way that you showed up in the connection. And maybe at some point in time, you put all the blame on that person about why the connection ended in the past. This seems to be more like an X energy. So I'm going to read this 2 different ways for you. There could be something here about you finally healing that wound, because you're going to be honest with yourself and say, yep, I played a role in that connection ending. And again, I feel like that's for those of you where you're single, or you are highly anticipating at the time of this reading that you will be single this year. There is something about you to yourself in that Star card, healing that wound. Nine of Pentacles to the Seven of Pentacles. Like, you're going to give it a lot of contemplation this year, and you're going to see where you went wrong in that connection. Yeah, you're going to see where you went wrong, or how you contributed to that connection ending. And it ends up like you're going to accept it. You're going to be like, well, that was the lesson that I had to learn back then. So did I contribute to that ending? Sure. But I'm a different Capricorn today because of it. So again, I feel like that's more like you reflecting back on a connection that has ended here in your life. The second message that I have here, there could have been a little pushy energy on your part. For those of you where you are in this long-term committed partnership, you may have been like pushing, unknowingly pushing this person to commit to you. And it's almost like when you get to the point where you're like, I'm not going to do that anymore. Am I disappointed that the connection's not moving forward? I am, but I'm not going to push anymore. I'm just going to accept that this is where we're at right now. I think then that's when the relationship comes into balance. So maybe a little bit of patience for those of you where you are in this long-term partnership, but it's just not moving as fast as you want it to. I think this year it is the year that it moves fast. But again, it will require you to release a little control and maybe look within and go, okay, maybe I've been the obstacle in this connection because I've been pushing this person for long-term partnership, or pushing this person to have a family or move in together or something like that. And you might reflect on it and take a little bit of the blame and say, okay, you know what? Instead, I'm going to approach this differently. I'm going to do a little bit more of a hands-off approach. I'm going to accept the situation for what it is. I love this person. I see them as my equal. I don't want to sabotage the connection further. I'm just going to allow this person to move forward with me at their pace. Boom, it happens. Like, you move in together, or there's discussions about that, or you get married, or they propose, or you renew vows, for those of you like in a very long-term connection. Again, so I think this is really good. And If you're single, yeah, I just see you reflecting back on something here that happened in the past. But again, this is an opportunity for you to grow. And it's almost like understanding why that past connection had to end. So I like that. Either way, your love connection looks great this year. So current situation, little struggle in terms of it being stagnant, will pick up the moment you take your hand off the wheel. Like, you don't have to be so controlling over the direction that the relationship takes. Allow it to naturally unfold, and it does. This person ends up coming to you and providing you with whatever it is here that you want, or whatever your dream, wish, or goal was. I think you realize in that Seven of Wands, like, you were holding the connection back because you're a little too eager to move it forward, and this person got a little nervous. So the moment you take your hand off the wheel, they come to you. So whatever little wrinkles there are in this connection, I feel like it's smoothed out. And this allows your person to grow and step into their role there as your partner. If you're single, you have someone new here, but I do see you reflecting upon a past loss, and I think it's really healthy that when a connection ends, we do that reflection. We understand where we went wrong, and we accept that. We accept the blame for our role. I think that's going to help you be a better balanced Capricorn in the new connection. Because it's really easy when a connection ends, even 20 years later, to still look back and blame it all on the ex. But that's not the group of you I have here. The group of you that I have here, it's like you're going to use your singlehood or your alone time to reflect back. And internally to you, you're going to take some blame for why that connection ended, or the red flags you missed, or you didn't speak up soon enough. That's going to allow you to heal a wound. So when this new connection comes in, you are way better balanced. Work looks phenomenal. New job opportunities, a new creative endeavor, possibly a new opportunity to invest. I see the investor card. So maybe some of you are contemplating... this could be you contemplating, I'm going to keep my 9-to-5 job, whatever it is. This could be you thinking about like purchasing an investment property, so you could create like a long-term nest egg, like as a landlord, or buying a duplex, living in one half and like renting out the other. There could be something like that here. For some of you, you will be retiring this year. If you are like of that age, I see you doing that this year, like leaning on your nest egg that you have already saved up to retire comfortably this year. Let's see where we go with this message. The Emperor. This is nice. Could be a new boss for you. And this could be you becoming your own boss. Or like I said, becoming an investor while keeping your day job. One more shuffle here. Thank you. The Emperor, the Moon, you don't see this. Four of Wands, and the Ten of Pentacles. Yeah, I knew I felt house and home there. Okay, for some of you, this is a new work at home opportunity this year. You don't see this coming. It's almost in that Ace of Wands, like when you apply, you receive the offer, and I think you're going to make a lot of money working from home. For others of you, what you don't see coming is the opportunity this year to purchase a property that you end up renting. So again, it could be a duplex where you live on one half, you live on the other, or you buy a property that has a house and maybe like a little home in the back or something like that. You're going to rent that out for extra money. Or you and your person decide to buy a secondary home and rent that out when you're not using it, like off season. It could be like timeshare even. Wow, I'm not really getting timeshare or anything like that. This seems to be more like a secondary source of income, or working from home, or even launching your own home business. If you're a retired Capricorn, you may decide this year to sell your home because the real estate market is really high in your area, and you're going to make a lot of money selling your home. You're going to relocate to something smaller or something that costs less, and you're going to be able to bank that extra money. You know, like your mortgage is only $100,000 US, and you have the opportunity this year to sell your home for $500,000. You're like, yeah, why wouldn't I do that, right? I'm going to bank $400,000, buy another smaller home, or maybe move in with my person. And in that respect, you just created a nice nest egg by selling an existing property. So there's something like that for you. And for others of you, I see like a work at home opportunity, some secondary source of income, and it could be even like you getting your real estate license, but still keeping your regular job. Tell me more about this Ace of Wands, this new creative opportunity, working from home, launching an at-home business. We have the Strength card, we have the Three of Swords, and we have the Ten of Swords. Bottom of the deck, Five of Swords. Whatever this new opportunity is, it puts an end to your current job. So again, I go back to I'm speaking to a Capricorn here where you decide, I have this, this house with $100,000 mortgage. It's now worth $500,000. I can sell it. I can bank to $400,000. I can invest it. Maybe I'll move into an apartment because there's some less expenses. There's for some of you, a change of residency, but selling your home creates a lot of money. With that money, you're going to be able to create a financial opportunity for yourself that in time, by the end of the year, you're going to leave the job that you're at. So again, maybe you take that 400,000, you buy a duplex, or you buy a house where you live in part of it, or you rent it, or you open up an Airbnb. There's something here in that Four of Wands around house and home. So working from home, launching a business from home, this little side gig investment ends up blooming, and then you get to put an end to the current job, like you get to give them your notice. I see something here with investing property. Anything else we need to know about the new opportunity? This all comes together Leo season, the idea to do this, or you're thinking of it now, and then by Leo season, you actually do this. Anything else we need to know about the new opportunity? One more shuffle. Thank you. Yeah, the Ace of Cups, it's new, Devil, that's you, and the Fool. I told you, new beginning. So there's something here that you're doing this year in 2026, which will enable you to become more financially independent in respect to creating your own source of income. Like I said, selling your home and taking that equity that's left over and investing it elsewhere and making enough money where you're going to be able to leave your job, or you buy a secondary investment property. Maybe you live in part of it and you rent it, or you just rent it out and that creates enough income, or you move in with your person and that now reduces your expenses. There's something here about you leaving your job because you're going to create financial wealth outside of this job. And it's a whole new beginning for you. Five of Swords, Six of Swords, Four of Swords, the Chariot. This is victory and success. Maybe leaving a job that was undependable, inconsistent, had no growth. Maybe there was a lot of sabotaging energies there that you dealt with, people. But exploring this new source of income is your way out. What do we need to know about the Three of Cups, the Queen of Swords, and the Tower? This is something you don't see coming. So while you're celebrating, okay, celebrating the new relationships, celebrating, maybe mending, I don't want to say mending your current connection, but celebrating that it went to a higher level of commitment, having this new investment property, or this new way of making money, or leaving this job. It's almost like you're celebrating the new or something exciting, and then the Tower occurs. Your back is turned to it here, whether you're Queen or King of Swords. I don't read body parts. What is this? Tell me about the Tower here. One more shuffle. Thank you. What's that Tower? Six of Swords, Four of Swords, and the Magician. Bottom of the deck, Empress. Something that you've long waited for. Is that message in the bottle? Something that you waited for, something that you thought wouldn't come in. So this could be like you're focused on making money, and suddenly your person asks you to marry them. And you're like, holy crap, I've been manifesting this. I was waiting for this. So I started to move on, like redirect my energy here on money. And boom, my manifestation comes in. That's what you don't see coming. Or I'm working on my money and oh my God, I meet this new person. Again, it's a manifestation of yours. Career and finance, love and romance, you do not see coming. That's that message in the bottle. Magician is ruled by Mercury. It's communication, message in a bottle, communication. It's like while you're moving forward with something else, like see how you're coming out of the water here. So you're moving in this new direction and you don't see this coming. Tell me more about what they don't see coming. Tell me more about the Magician energy. One more shuffle. Thank you. The Empress, the King of Cups, and the Ten of Cups. Oh my God, bottom of the deck, Judgment. You claim that however you want. A love partner, an opportunity to become your own business owner, marrying your current person, higher level of commitment, something you manifested. And it's not that you gave up on the manifestation. It's just you decided to focus on something else. I'm going to focus on my relationship. Oh my God, opportunity to make money. You know what I mean? There's something like that. I'm focusing on being single and regrounding myself and I'm healing. Oh my God, I meet this new person. There's something like that happening. Whatever that manifestation is for you, it makes you very happy and it involves someone else. So that King of Cups, could be Queen of Cups, could be anything or anyone else. That could be the love partner, the realtor, the new business owner, the financier, your current business part. Okay, your current business partner for some of you, current love partner. This makes you very happy. And again, it's like when you did not see it coming. And as soon as you hands off the wheel and start directing your focus somewhere else. Judgment at the bottom of the deck. All right, let's get you some. We went by really fast. I think Sagittarius's reading was like an hour, or close to an hour. Yours is pretty quick. Let's get you some advice. Good reading for you. Good reading. And we'll close it out then with some Infinity Oracle cards. Any advice on this message in the bottle? Tell me about message in a bottle here. Okay, we're going to take it. 4 of Cups. Again, when you don't see it coming. That was the second 4 of Cups. Page of Pentacles, that offer the opportunity. Hermit. I don't think you see this coming. So your advice here is when the opportunity comes in, don't ignore it. Don't ignore the opportunity to invest. Don't ignore the new person that you meet, and you can meet this person anywhere, right? You could be grocery shopping and you bump into them. There's something like that here. It's when you're focused on something else, what you want comes in. Don't overlook it. Don't overlook it. Any other advice here? Any other advice here? The Page of Pentacles could also talk about wealth, inheritance, family, establishment, retirement. So again, if you have a financial opportunity or you think about, oh, maybe it's time I should get my realtor license. Anything like that you receive as a download or an idea, don't disregard it, especially when it comes to finances. And if you meet a new person this year and you're interested in love, don't ignore them. The Hermit card in terms of being a yes or no is a maybe. So don't be a hard yes, don't be a hard no, be a maybe. Get to know this person. Because I think this is your person for those of you who are single, okay? Advice here for my Capricorns who are currently in a long-term committed partnership, maybe a bit frustrated, it's not moving at their pace. Any advice for them? One more shuffle. Thank you. Judgment, the Emperor, and the 2 of Wands. This person ends up bossing up. 2 of Wands, 3 of Wands, 3 of Swords, 2 of Cups. Yeah, this person ends up bossing up. So maybe you're feeling heartbroken. They haven't asked you to marry them yet, or the relationship's not moving forward, or you want kids, or they don't, or something like that here is at play. Hand off the wheel. Let this person step into their role as your partner, because they do end up leveling up, whether they're masculine or feminine. Emperor to that 2 of Wands, that is progress, that is making a decision, that is moving forward, that is future planning. So yeah, if you can make that judgment call, hands off the wheel, I think what you want with this person ends up happening. For my Capricorns who are single, tell me about this new person on their path this year. One more shuffle. Thank you. 10 of Swords. So again, you're single, right? Because you have endured an ending here. Tower. 9 of Wands. Bottom of the deck, 3 of Cups. I do think you end up meeting this new person on the precipice of this other relationship ending here. Try not to be so guarded in that 9 of Wands. You might be a bit resistant to love because what you have gone through. But again, don't ignore this person. I don't want to say give them the benefit of the doubt, but give them a chance. Take it slow and see where it goes. I think this is your person. Anything else we need to know in terms of advice for this new person? For some of you, you had this relationship in Sagittarius season, so you could still be fresh and new, right? Especially if you're meeting this person relatively soon. That loss is still new to you. I wouldn't dismiss this person. Anything else? Advice for the new person. One more shuffle. Thank you. Hierophant, the World card, and again, that 3 of Cups. Yeah, are you still processing the ending of the other connection? Can this connection go the distance? Absolutely. This is a long-term person, and you might meet this person when you're at a community function, festival, carnival, out with friends, taking yourself out. There's something like that here at play. This person could be a Cancerian, a Taurus or a Cancerian. I want to get advice for those of you where you're processing the ending and you're accepting part of the blame. You're leveling up, you're owning that, you're healing that wound within yourself. Like in the middle of you ending that and meeting this new person, you're focused on self-care. 3 cards of advice. One more shuffle. Thank you. The Ace of Wands, oh, that new opportunity is coming in. Three of Swords on the heel of that heartbreak, and the Three of Wands. I think that's the best thing you could do, Ace of Cups, is to be honest with yourself and own whatever it was that you did or didn't do in that past connection. That actually will be very healing for you in order to move forward towards a new connection that is coming in. So don't be afraid to do that, to go deep, to look at that heartache, to analyze what you did. I think it helps you to move forward. Oh my God, Ace of Cups to the Fool card. So yeah, and maybe you said some cutting words. Maybe there's some things back there that you regret that you did or said. It's more beneficial to you to look at it and own it and heal that wound than it is for you to just cast 100% of blame on the other person. Again, I'm not saying that they weren't, 80% wrong, but to you internally, then you need to own that 20%. And I think most of you will do that. And does it help you move forward then in a more balanced way into this new connection? Absolutely it does. I want to get some advice here for career and finance, because I definitely see something here in regards to working from home, launching a business from home, utilizing the current asset of home to make money. There's something here about, like I said, purchasing a secondary property or reducing your expenses by moving in with your person or they move in with you. Tell me some advice for that. One more shuffle here. Thank you. Page of Swords, the Death card, and the Three of Pentacles. Bottom of deck, Eight of Pentacles. Yeah, this is transformation. Again, learning something new. Page of Swords could be a card of inquiry. So getting that real estate license or looking into properties that you can purchase. A long time ago, he's my ex-husband now, but we started looking at properties that we could purchase to buy very, very cheap. So maybe there's something like that in your area. You want to look at like the foreclosure list or sheriff sales or something like that. That could be a way for you to buy a property and flip it, or buy it low and then be able to rent it and make some money. So I would inquire on that, and also inquire if there's any type of extra certifications or licenses or some type of side job you can do. Like I said, getting your real estate license. You can still keep your primary job, but doing something like that would create a secondary source of income where you can then create that financial nest egg for yourself. And Eight of Pentacles, learning something new, being an apprentice. Anything else we need to know about career and finance? And yes, for a lot of you, you're going to be able to leave your current place of employment because of that opportunity. One more shuffle. Thank you. Queen of Wands, Chariot, and Queen of Cups. I think you're doing this with someone else. I don't read body parts. I think you're doing this with someone else, a business partner, a friend. There's an investor here, or someone who's teaching you something new. So if there's something that you want to learn this year, Capricorn, or some new certification or license you want to get, this is the year for you to do it. If there's anything here you want to do with working from home or a side gig, this is definitely the year to do it. And if you and your person are coming together or moving in together, there's something here about creating a plan with them on how to invest the money. Because now the two of you are no longer, you're spending all this money living here and they're spending all this money living here. You're coming together here. So what do you do now with that extra source of money? Because you're paying one electricity bill instead of two, or you're paying one tax bill instead of two. There's something here about coming up with a creative way with this person on how to take that additional income, if you will. I mean, it's not additional income, but now it is, because you're not spending it on something else, because you're consolidating debt. How can you use that to roll that over to create a nest egg for yourself? So I would brainstorm that idea with your person. I think any financial challenges you have in that Seven of Wands this year, you're going to be able to overcome them and persevere through them. So I think your money is looking good, especially when it comes to long-term investments or learning something that will increase like a secondary source of income for yourself. Let's close it off now with 3 oracle cards for the Capricorn collective. One more shuffle here. Thank you. We have financial loss, we have inner child healing, and we have speak your truth. Bottom of the deck, slow and steady. Can I have one card on that financial loss? One more shuffle here. Thank you. 4 Pentacles, bottom of that, Queen of Pentacles. Oh, hot damn. If you are experiencing a financial loss at this time, I think you are able to create financial stability here. I think you're able to get a control of your spending. And there's something here about you creating this nest egg for yourself. I mean, again, the Queen of Pentacles, the Ten of Pentacles here, this is an entirely different deck. So if you are currently dealing with any type of financial crisis or loss, I think that is improved this year for you. Absolutely. And it definitely has something to do with learning something new, getting a new certificate or license, or again, something in respect to investment property, or renting out your home, or a bed and breakfast, something like that, utilizing your home to make money. Inner child healing, I think that's what you're doing by going within and looking at past connections. And even if they were platonic in nature, like with friends or family members that ended, being able to look back and own our parts can be very healing. And maybe for some of you, maybe heal some inner child wounds and speak your truth. I think this is something that goes back to that past relationship where I feel like in the past you didn't speak your truth, or you held back, or you didn't call out the red flags or something like that. That could be an inner child wound for one person watching that you're healing. Again, because you're reflecting on that past connection. In respect to romance, again, if there's the relationship is moving a little too slow for you, slow and steady is going to win the race here. Okay, do not self-sabotage again because you're pushing your person into something. I think if you take your hand off the wheel, they come to you. And for others of you, you have a new person coming in. Take it slow, take it steady, and as long as you heal that wound and you're able to own your mistakes of the past, I think you won't be sabotaging this connection. I do think, however, you have an ability here to sabotage this connection if you're very guarded against this person because you're judging them based upon what the past person did. But I think if, again, open up, be honest, this is what I've gone through, or this is what I'm healing from, I think this person will take it slow with you. Nice reading for you. New opportunity on your path this year. Claim it how you want, love and romance or career and finance. Just don't miss it. And don't be so guarded against this new person for those of you interested in a new love partnership. That is what I have for you for the year ahead. If you like those messages, they resonated with you, you want to claim all or part of them, please be sure to click like, share, comment, and subscribe. Hype the video if you're able to do that. And until I read for you again, oh yeah, positive change, divine feminine. You could be a divine feminine. You could be attracting in a divine feminine. So the love for you looks really good this year. Okay, I'm going to leave it at that. Hype the video if you're able to do that. Don't forget to check out the description box to learn how you can become a time traveler. I do release 48 exclusive videos for members. So if you want to do that, you're welcome to do that and join us. If you can't do it at this time or you can't afford it, that's okay. Just trust that Source has given you all of the messages that you need in this reading. Until I read for you again, my dear, I'm sending you light, love, and peace.